Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with another video on Counter-Strike. Now this video is going to be very important for global players, so make sure you guys are paying attention as I go through how to beat the new inhibitor raid boss. So right now in a global server, the raid bosses has actually changed and now we have a new boss to go against. Now I'm pretty sure most global players do not know, or if not all global players do not know how to beat this inhibitor boss. So this video is going to be very important. Now to showcase it, I will have to go to my SEA account because I have a built up team for that inhibitor boss. However, I want to go over to my global version first because in the SEA version, the inhibitor boss is actually gone, so I can't actually do a gameplay there. So I actually did wait for a couple of my friends to what's it called, to get the inhibitor boss, and so far only one of them has had it. That's because the inhibitor boss just came about 20 to 30 minutes ago, so unless you guys open up a new raid, you won't see the new boss. Let's see, did I get lucky and get the inhibitor boss over here? No, I got some dive instead. Oof, I don't like that. Let's go back into here. So I will show you right now how hard it is. So let's go over to the inhibitor boss. So there we go. So this player was only able to do 3000. Yes, he does not know what to do. So let's go over and talk about it. So there's currently two different methods you can use in the SEA version and the global version. Now in the KR version, there's one more character that you can use to help you guys with this. So technically you do require one specific unit. However, that unit is actually free. So the SR Jushu unit is going to be one of the methods you guys can use to actually tackle this boss. However, the Jushu method is a little bit annoying in terms of you do need to cancel auto. Go make sure that when you enter the inhibitor boss, you need to make sure that your auto isn't on. So there's a lot of requirements to make sure that you can do this method. However, it is still a stable method that doesn't cost you any more resources to go ahead and do. However, the better one to do is to get yourself a new operator. However, obviously operators are very expensive. Now let's go over to the operator section over here. The operator that will work well with this new inhibitor boss is the Chloe Starseeker. Now if you guys are someone who are willing to drop that 3k planet more points into getting Chloe Seeker just to make sure your inhibitor boss glow is actually very good, then I guess you can. I personally did go ahead and cut myself some Chloe Starseeker in my SEA version, and I will actually try and do that with the global version as well, just because the inhibitor boss is going to be one of the bosses that comes regularly, not every single month, so you'll be seeing more of the inhibitor boss in the future. And if you guys don't want to make your runs if you guys want to make your runs faster and overall just, you know, easier to do, I guess just getting the Starseeker will do. So let's go over to my SEA account because I have a team there. However, it's very important that with your inhibitor raid team, you need to make sure you create a new raid squad. This is my team for the first raid boss we had in the global server. Now you guys will need to create a second one, and then to make sure that the first 4 slots are filled with the right characters. This is going to be very important. The first 4 are going to be very important. Now let's go over to the SEA version. Now I am in my SEA account. Now I actually created 2 different teams that you guys in the global server can actually go ahead and use. Now you guys know obviously in the SEA server we have more characters and better alternatives to the characters I'm going to be talking about. However, because you guys in the global server don't have those characters, I decided to go ahead and help you guys by coming up with a new team to go ahead and use. Now I will show you the normal team I use in my SEA server first of all, which is this one over here. So this is the Chloe Starseeker method, where you can run it in auto and everything works fine. However, I made a global team that you guys can go ahead and use right now. I wouldn't say this is the best, however I will say this is right up there with it being the best teams that you guys can go ahead and run. Now the Chloe Starseeker method is going to be the better one to use just because of the skill that she can use, which is cancel all enemies barrier and adds the defense minus 15% and sleep for 8 seconds. Now what makes this very important is the sleep. Now if you guys have gone into the inhibitor boss, you guys already know. Unfortunately I can't really show you guys gameplay, which kind of sucks because in the SEA server the inhibitor boss is gone, and in the global server it's only just entered and it only just started, so not that many people actually has a boss for me to go ahead and show you guys some gameplay. And I also don't have the Chloe Starseeker in my global server. However, by paying attention it should be clear for you guys. The inhibitor boss summons a minion halfway between you and the boss, and that minion is going to be what you want to put to sleep. Now if you put that minion to sleep, for 8 seconds that minion will stay still. However, after that 8 seconds it will then start to move towards you. Now that's what you guys want. You want the little minion to move towards you. If the minion does not move towards you, the game is over. You guys have basically just cancelled and ruined your run, because if you guys move towards the inhibitor yourself, the inhibitor will stay halfway, and then within the 2-minute mark, the raid boss will do a huge AoE attack that will instantly annihilate your team, and then your run is over. You guys don't want that, so that's why you want the inhibitor minion to move towards your ship, and that will keep your characters away from the AoE range, and everything will work fine. So that sleep is going to be very, very important. However, if you guys don't have the Chloe Starseeker, then the team you guys can go ahead and build is then taking away this unit over here. Go ahead and get Ju Shiyun. Now Ju Shiyun is going to be another character that is going to be very, very important if you guys don't want to get the Chloe Starseeker. If you guys don't have the Chloe Starseeker, this is going to be a good team that you guys can go ahead and use. However, let's go ahead and switch out the operator. Now the operator you guys want to use is an operator that's going to buff up your damage, so the Lena Mackenzie could work well. If you guys are using multiple striker characters, I guess you can use the Lee So-yoon. However, I would definitely not recommend that. So the Lena Mackenzie and the Kim Hana are two operators that you guys can go ahead and run. So this is a very, very good team. You guys can go ahead and build that. Obviously, if you guys don't have some of the characters, actually I think you guys should have most of the SSR characters. I think the two ones are going to be very hard for you guys to I think the 3 characters that is going to be hard for you guys to get is going to be the Yankarim, the Sigma, as well as the Frederick Doma. Those are probably the hardest one for you guys to go ahead and get. However, if you guys reroll, this should be fine. So that is it. Let's go over to some gameplay for the inhibitor stage, where I will show you guys how to use the Ju Shiyun method, because it requires a little bit of finesse. Let's go ahead and see if more people in the global server has actually gotten some inhibitor boss. The inhibitor boss just came about like 1 hour to 2 hours ago. Now I'm going to go into this inhibitor stage. Now there is going to be one issue that most people will find, which is dealing enough damage to kill the little minion. Now the minion requires you guys to deal huge amounts of damage to hit, so you want to make sure that your characters and team is built up appropriately with the right gear. So cooldown gear is probably going to be the most important one, so that you guys are able to defeat the little minion within the time limits. So let's go back to this. So this is the team I'm going to be using right now. Don't copy this team. This team is absolutely trash. I just don't want to focus too much on the team at the moment on my global server. What I want to show you guys is how to use the Ju Shiyun. Now if you guys have a phone or device that lags, you want to make sure that you guys cancel the auto before you even enter this. However, if your phone is stable and it doesn't lag, you can go ahead and do this. Now I hope within this I do not fail, because this is one last chance I can actually do to show you guys some gameplay. So let's go. So quickly take off auto. Now the Ju Shiyun is right there. Summon Ju Shiyun right next to the boss, and there we go. It's dead. Now it's moving towards you. Now you can pop the auto and everything is working fine. So now you're going to see that you need to deal enough damage to kill the little minion, which, yeah, like I said, if you guys don't have the best gear, you're going to be finding it very, very hard. Once again, the boss is going to do a huge amount of damage, huge AoE damage within the 2-minute mark. So you want to make sure that you guys are nowhere near this spot over there. I can't actually point at it, but as long as you guys are right here, everything should be fine. The boss will do huge amounts of damage within the 2-minute mark as well as the 30-second mark. There we go. So 2-minute mark. You want to have the SR unit that helps increase your deployment resources. As you guys saw, the huge AoE damage does not affect your team. So I don't think my team is going to be enough to, like, deal enough damage to the minion within a time limit. But essentially, if you guys have a good gear, within the 1 minute 30-second mark or 1 minute 20-second mark, you guys should have beaten the minion and moved towards the boss. Now you guys want to make sure that you beat this minion within 1 minute at least, because if you guys don't, you basically only have 30 seconds to deal enough damage to the boss, which, yeah, as you can see, it does not look good for this team I'm currently using. However, this was not the team I recommended you guys to go ahead and build. Go ahead and build the team I recommended for you guys. Obviously, because I do not have the Chloe Starseeker, I can't actually show you how to use her, but you don't really need to use her that way. Just build the characters right, and you guys can just run auto without doing anything, and everything should be fine. And I think we managed to beat it. Now, we only have 10 seconds. No, we don't. We have 10 seconds now. Nope, not even enough time. Damn, we were not able. Now we only have 4 seconds to deal damage, and yeah, there we go. So we basically just got wiped out. and we basically failed this run because my team is not that good. But that is basically how to make sure you guys survive, how to deal damage to the boss. Obviously, because right now my characters or my team are not that strong, I will be failing this, but you guys should be focusing on increasing your damage, and then you guys should be able to deal enough damage to the inhibitor. So that is it. I went over the team that you guys should go ahead and use. I went over the reason why you want to use this Chloe Starseeker. I also recommended you guys a team to go ahead and use. I'm assuming you have the Starseeker, assuming you don't have the Chloe. So hopefully this is very helpful. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe as well for more content on Counter-Side. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.
Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony.